Yo, what's up, jazz guitar friends? Caught LT Jazz Guitar in the shed playing one of my favorite exercises, right? One can never spend enough time playing and trying to master the circle of fifths. Just kind of caught me. Wow, buddy really didn't have the greatest response to that. Maybe he has other thoughts. Anyways, so something that I like to work on when I'm practicing, yes, we're talking about practice, man, is using an exercise that you're going to use in music. What is it about when people take guitar lessons or even teach guitar lessons, if it's a beginner or whatever, this is like the default kind of thing that people do, right? What is this? Sure, I can understand the benefit of it, especially as somebody that's spent a lot of time playing guitar, but if you've been playing guitar for a long time and this is your go-to finger exercise, what are you doing, man? Why not work on something that's really going to challenge your fingers and your brain? Sometimes it's cool to go on autopilot, maybe if you're watching the Phillies play. Haven't been playing so well lately, but that's a topic for another video. You heard me just play right? Pretty familiar. It's a major triad with one note connecting the next major triad in the sequence, right? I'm going C, F, B flat, E flat. So if you don't know your major triads and you struggle with your 12 keys, stop what you're doing right now and just go work on that. You have to have empirical knowledge of all those 12 major chords. Imagine just trying to avoid certain songs or certain chord qualities because you didn't like to play in B7. You don't want to play over a B7. Well, how are you going to play a 2-5 over E minor? Well, I don't want to play, this chord. Well, I mean, if you want to play an E minor, you're going to have to, get that kind of vibe at some point as well. It would be like an author avoiding words because they couldn't really use a certain letter. That's silly. So, work on your 12 keys. But if you feel like you have your 12 keys and you're looking for another jazz type exercise to sort of learn your fretboard, I think this will be a good one for you. What I'm doing is I'm just taking my major triad and using this F sharp as a connector note, using this B as a connecting note to get to B flat, right? And once you kind of get through it, I did this on purpose, right? Because as guitar players, we play fretboard Tetris. We know the shapes, right? But you can run out of real estate. Of course, I could go up there, but then what am I going to do if I really want to keep this shape happening? So once I got to here, I ended up trying to go through the rest of my cycle like this. I think I might have gone up from a half step instead of, the other way. They're both really great to do. And once I completed it, I tried to do it in a different area. I started from this C, and then I ended up here, on that C. And then there's different stuff that you can do. There's so many possibilities. Obviously, it's not infinite. It's finite. But you have a lot of different ways to do. My advice is to sort of just understand that there's going to be a couple of patterns. Start with that stock major chord pattern, right? Where you're just playing like root, third, fifth, connecting note, root, third, fifth, connecting note, root, third, fifth, connecting note, root, third, fifth, connecting note. And then you start moving. And then you're targeting. just the idea of putting that end, right? Really important to do this with an eighth note pulse. But the idea of putting that end, that out note on the end, is going to make your line start to swing a little bit more. It's going to make your eighth note stronger, and it's going to help you figure out your fretboard. Right? Again, if you're in the, if you're trying to do that, which is cool, but are you really thinking about the notes? Or are you just like making sounds? I mean, again, feels good. My hand feels okay. But at some point, we're going to have to engage our brain up there. So we slow it down. We try to really think about the notes that we're playing. And then once you get the hang of playing off the root, you can pretty much start off the third and then use other, out notes, other in-between notes to connect your ideas. And that's pretty much how a lot of bebop lines, are created. So, all right, jazz guitar friends, thanks for hanging out. Or guitar friends, right? I don't want to exclude non-jazz guitar people. I think it's really important for all guitar players to sort of be able to play over the cycle of fourths or fifths or whichever way you want to go. Because musical literacy is important. Okay, if you made it this long, don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I try to put up new content, whether it be lessons or stuff from the gig simulator, live gigs, or whatever. Might be putting up a mixtape highlight for my Summer Hoops League coming at you. Bebop!